Hey, so what's good, bro? How you feeling today,
What's
bro?
going on, my guy? I'm good, man. How you?
Shit, man, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm still enjoying that damn album, bro. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man.
No problem,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That means a lot. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just like I'll re-review it to you, I guess. Like I
Uh-huh.
said during the reaction and I guess slash review, but like the thing that stuck out to me most was like honestly your honesty in the record and the
Yeah.
relatability factor. Like everything you were saying, I can definitely relate to and shit like
Right.
that. Just like, and there was a couple records on there where I was like, bro, like I had to stop for a minute because I was like, yo, bro, he done said some shit that happened to me before, bro. Like the whole like the whole
Yeah, man.
the Jack and Jill record, bro. That was one of my
Yeah.
favorites. So like
Yeah.
just I guess just walk me through like the process behind writing the lyrics because like I said, that's what stuck out to me the most from the project.
It's funny that you mentioned Jack and Jill because I felt like that was one of the sleepers because out of all the I would like talking to people that that have listened to it and stuff like that, like it was like either the bangers or like the or like Small World. It was either Small World or Lottery that got the most attention. And Jack and Jill was like actually one of my favorites just because of how real it was and like the analogy just fits so well. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Um, but yeah, I'm actually glad that you picked up on that. Watching the review, like you really hit everything like right on the head. And I was just like, yo, this is the best review. Just the way that you listen to it, you kind of like took time to digest the lyrics and stuff. Like I appreciate that. Um,
For sure, for
but yeah,
sure.
just putting the lyrics together was like it was really easy because it's all stuff that I've been through.
Mhm.
So I was able to put it in a form that wasn't specific to me. I was able to do it so that like anybody that's been through anything close to that could be like, man, I've been through that, or I've been through something similar, even though it wasn't exact. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So my thing was just try to put it in a way that anybody could relate to it. So
And it seems like correct me if my assumption is wrong, but it definitely seems like you've truly genuinely learned from the lessons because like I hear a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
artists like the topics you talked about in here, they would go like the angsty moody route and everything, like the
Right.
typical heartbreak song. Honestly, your project reminded me not like tonally I guess, but of that
Mhm.
Black J. Cole record. I forget what that joint was called, but like how most
I'm trying to
music,
think.
yeah, that joint. How because most music talks about the heartbreak and it always talks about like the sad moments of
Right.
relationships with females and everything, but nobody ever talks
hmm
about the happy shit. And like you talked about the happy
Yeah.
shit in this project a lot.
Yeah.
And even when you talked about the depressing stuff, the sad parts of it,
Right.
you were talking about it in reflection of learning from those lessons and it making you a better person
Yeah.
at the end of it all. So it was like
Right.
that was and automatically like just a maturity in that like because like with
hmm
me music isn't just like listening, oh shit, this don't like music is like it's
Right.
like
Right.
part of it's like digesting part of somebody's soul when you listen to
Yeah.
so like I guess like the situations you faced, like
hmm
regardless of what it is, because I like it's like going off of the music and everything. Like I said, the Jack and Jill, I said, bro,
Yeah,
or not,
man.
not Jack and Jill was one record. I was like, yo, this John should be called the Red Pill song because I was like, yo, man, fuck this
Oh
song
yeah, I think
sometimes.
you said that about I think it was dang, I'm trying to remember now. Oh no, I think it was either Lottery or Jack and Jill. It was one of those two.
Yeah, because I was
I
like, this
think.
John, he's speaking facts on here, bro. Like,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah, but
watched
the
some
thing
Kevin
was,
Samuels shit and everything, so it was like
right, my boy put me on there, and I was like, yo, this man goes a little too hard, bro.
that's what I'm saying. He be going too
Yeah.
hard sometimes. Cause like for me,
Yeah.
like I just look, I know a lot of people, and I'm kind of going on a tangent, but that's what we're doing. Like, so 42 is kind of
Yeah.
like, it's kind of like, it's based off of, I don't know if you heard of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy before, but it
Right.
was
Right.
like, yeah, it was the scene when they like were talking to this like super, I'm a huge sci-fi fan, film fan and everything.
Yeah.
And they were like, this civilization, it was like implied to be humanity, like left this artificial intelligence to figure out the meaning of life, the universe, and everything it is. So they let them compute. They computed for these eons and eons, and finally they came back, and he was like, I have the answer to life, the meaning of life and everything there is 42. And everybody's pissed off because they're like, 42, what the fuck? What the fuck does that mean? And like and then the artificial intelligence is like, well, like you have to understand the question before you understand the answer. Like, so like, yeah, that's so dope. So I like talking like, and that's why I thought you would be perfect to have on here, because like the content of the record is dope to talk about a lot of shit. Cause like definitely like female, like, so I have we probably have you probably know him, Javon Graf. He's been putting me onto the red pill shit, and I'm exploring this and everything. That's fire. Yeah, and like I've been realizing subconsciously I follow the ideology without even fucking knowing. But a lot of it I don't agree with, which is crazy, because it's like I kind of follow it, I kind of fit the mold. If like somebody were to hear my life, they'd probably say, "Oh, you're on that red pill shit." But it's like, did that influence the music any type of way? Well, not necessarily like red pill specifically, but just the kind of like sorting through the male female dynamic in the record, because I heard a lot of that in the record, in the album.
For me it was a lot of learning, because you know, this project wouldn't have been possible without like the relationships that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Just because like it taught me how to grow as a person. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't just like, oh, like, nah, like I don't like girls, like nothing, like, you know, fuck all the girls, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, nah, like I'm going to take all the good from this and I'm gonna use this to build me to be better for, you know, next time, whether that's, you know, a relationship or it's just a life experience. You know what I mean? So basically I took that and I was just like, all right, well, let me do this in a way that shows all the vulnerability. Because the thing is that, you know, I wasn't trying to come on this album and be like, oh, I'm so perfect, you know, fuck anybody that fucked me over type shit or whatever. I was just like, yo, this is my truth on what I've been through, and this is how I got broken, and this is how I fixed myself, and this is how I'm moving on to be better for either the next person or the next life experience. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, even some records, I remember watching the review and like you were cringing at some of the things I was saying, but I was just like, yo, like that's what I wanted, because I've been at that point where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I've been like, bro, why are you so heartbroken over this person? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just move on. You know what I mean? It's hard when you're there, but then when you realize like, yo, this life is literally about learning and growing. You know what I'm saying? If you're not growing, then you're not learning. So I was just like, all right, let me take all this. I'm gonna put everything in there. Matter of fact, the whole thing about the album was that there's a side A and a side B. So side A is supposed to be all the happy shit, like everything like that's good, like it's the cupcake phase. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you that because I noticed that too. Yeah.
So and then side B is like how everything like fell to shit, and that starts with Jack and Jill. You know what I'm saying? Because everything was great until, you know what I'm saying, you let me fall. So,
exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like and then the records on there that I like. So outside of like Jack and Jill, definitely Uberpool, but so I cling the lyrics when I listen to music, and that Rubik's Cube bar hit me. Yeah. No, I'm like, and I'm not saying this to gas you. I'm telling you right now. Right. I sat and I've been thinking about that bar honestly for a while, because I'm like, because it's like I've realized. So I do a side political YouTube show as well, and it was like one of the things when you said that bar, I didn't take it through the like relationship lens. I took it through that lens. And I was like, damn, I done became like in that bag. I literally went through the phase of unlearning a lot of shit I've learned about, you know, just that topic. And it was like, I've gotten to the point of unlearning so much that I actually think I know it all by unlearning the things I've learned, where I've learned new toxic patterns and like exploring new things. So when I sat there and thought about that shit, I was like, this shit is like when you said life was like a Rubik's Cube. What was the rest? I forgot how the rest of it went, but
life was like a Rubik's Cube. We all just guessing. Yeah, got put the shit together.
That
Yeah, man.
shit. And like a lot of and like I said, I had a lot of those moments like and again, I'm not saying this to gas you, like literally how I sat down and listened to Cole's project and digested a lot of that and everything, like what he was saying. I did the same
Right.
with your project because again, like it was so many nuggets of just like wisdom in there, like like
Yeah.
but especially with that PS and Sincerely are probably my two
Yeah.
favorite on the record. And I feel like they go
Right.
hand in hand and they fit the theme of the project like fairly
Right.
well. And I guess like I'm going on a new different topic and question, but what
Mm-hmm.
made you choose like the mailing thing, like the whole theme of like writing a note
Yeah.
or letter to somebody? Like what was the choice behind that theme?
Yeah. So basically like the whole letter thing was I mean, to receive a letter, first of all, especially in this day and age, is such an intimate thing. You know what I'm saying? So like for you to receive a letter, like I still get excited. Like when you get like a letter, like whether it's like for your birthday or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, not the junk mail, but you know what I mean? You get excited like, oh, who's this from? Like whatever. And when you open it, it's like it's an experience. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted this album to be. And it's a letter to those that have helped build me to this point. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's exes, it's past friends, like whatever that may not still be here. But it's also a letter to my former self that was like kind of lost in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like still learning and just kind of naive. And you know what I'm saying? It's just a letter to those past phases, you know what I mean? And so, when I was able to get to this point, this is my letter to those past things.
Okay.
So I just wanted to carry that out through, the album. And I thought the way everything came together, while they're not all like male related or whatever,
Mhm.
like the titles, I wanted the ones that are to be like, still kind of carry the theme along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like that thing, like because that stuck out to me too. How you like when you like so when I saw the theme and everything from like the cover art and everything, like you did kind of stick to it, and that's something like again that most artists don't. I think I talked about this in the project, like or
Mhm.
during the review. This was a very like not meticulous, like well, I guess meticulously crafted could be the word, but like very like, and I keep using the word mature, but mature for a newer artist. Like I'm just and like I've never heard a focused like album, quote unquote album from like a newer artist like
Right.
this. So like does this come from like just being hungry, being in music? Because I've also seen you on IG and everything, how hard you've been working. Like honestly, like
Yeah.
the amount of work you've been putting into the craft. I fucked with that last project you and Quan put out too. I listened to that
Oh
joint and I
yeah.
like that too.
Appreciate it. Blue Dream. Yeah, man. Shout out to Quan.
Yeah, man, that's they dog. I remember days me and him like in his crib, like working on music and shit in his kitchen and
Yeah,
shit.
man. Yeah, he's still working too.
Yeah, I gotta
Yep.
hit him up. I haven't talked to him in a while. I might have him on the show.
Definitely.
Shit, fuck it.
Yeah, definitely. He'd be good for it.
But I guess the
Um,
question I'm asking is like, what is the ultimate drive and goal like behind not just behind the project but behind like you pursuing music? Like what gets you up in the morning to like cut those records, record,
yeah,
everything?
right. Well, to answer your first question, I think it was easy for me to put a kind of like a such a cohesive kind of like body of work together, just because I'm one of those people. My mind it like it works like kind of like very category based. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mm-hmm.
everything that I do, I gotta like put it in a certain category in my mind, and then work on this when it's this time or like whatever. But for this, it was just one of those things where I was just like, this will be a lot easier if I stick to a theme and then have everything fall under that theme. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
everything, it was weird. I feel like I really didn't even have to try to like think too hard about this. Everything just kind of came together. And funny enough, and this is like you would probably never guess, but the whole album stemmed from When Did My Sales? Because once I had that one, I was like, this one is different because at that time I was dropping weekly drops.
Yeah, I
So
remember that. Yeah.
I was doing that for about like four months and dropping a song every week. And so I was just like, yo, this one is a little different. I was like, I want to do something with this. So I was like, I don't really want to do an EP. I already did an EP, so I want to do a project. And then from there, it just kind of started taking on a life of its own, and like the whole letter theme kind of came about. But yeah, so that's that. And then your second question, I'm trying to remember what was it. I went on the tangent too.
Yeah, let me think about it because I kind of forgot.
I'm trying to remember.
What's the inspiration and drive behind you, like just doing
Uh,
music in general? You
yeah.
feel me?
Music. I've been doing music since the 6th grade, and so I guess around like probably like 11 or 12. And so it ever since then, it's just like it's kind of like filled a void in me. Just like it's very therapeutic. So anytime I'm like going through something or whatever, like music has always been my release to get it out, but get it out like constructively and productively. You know what I mean? Like I feel like at that point I'm making art with it. So it's something that not only benefits me by getting rid of that energy, but
Mm-hmm.
also like other people can benefit from by being able to relate to, or just being able to vibe out to, like whatever. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
that right there is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, so and I saw parts of the live the live concerts you did too. I forgot that you
Yeah.
danced too. Todd was actually telling me
Yeah.
like y'all used to dance back in the day and shit together. Like
Oh yeah, man.
so like was dance always part of it too? Because as a hip hop guy, like I feel like a lot of dance has been like neutered out of hip hop lately. So it was dope
Yeah.
to see you incorporating that in it as well. Is that like part of what you're trying to do as well?
Oh man. I honestly like, you can ask anybody that knows me, man. Like I've been a dancer like ever since I was probably like 3 or 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I've always been a dancer. So I feel like I didn't do enough in the live concert, but I want to put together a video where like I got like some choreography. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's my next goal. You know what I'm saying? I want to have like some background dancers with me too, like on some Chris Brown shit. You know what I'm saying? I
I
love the
feel
way that
that
he
shit.
does it. He
Yeah.
does it so tastefully.
I miss those old video. Now videos
Yeah,
is
man.
just like niggas in fucking wherever clubs
Right.
throwing money and shit. It's not like
Yeah,
those
just
old Chris
girls.
Brown videos where it's like a whole big
Yeah, man.
ass like 106 and Park type set and like
Right.
I miss that from music so much.
Yeah.
So it's very like heartening to hear you say, you know, getting back to that. And I guess the next
Yeah, man.
question I would ask kind of in concert with that is, so would you consider
Mhm.
yourself more as a rapper or a singer?
See, that's a funny thing because like I don't even really know what my type of music would fall, like what kind of genre it would fall under. But I dabble a little bit in singing. But even then, I don't know if I like for my music, I don't know if I would call myself a rapper, even though like, you know, I still rap, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
you know, my that's part of my style and stuff like that. But it's more of a melodic tone to it. So
Exactly.
honestly,
Yeah.
that's a hard question to answer. You know what I mean?
Cause like some of the Jones, like I feel like because I played it for my cousin at one point. Well, not played it for him, but I was playing a song around him,
Yeah.
and like he was just going about it like it was his typical like singing shit and everything. But then he heard one of the bar. I forgot what song I was playing. He heard the bar. He said, "Oh, that's a bar." He turned to look at me. He's like, "Yeah, that's a bar." So it was like
That's funny.
I'll be hearing that from artists like because one of my favorite, I guess he's not newer at this point, but is Black. Like to me, like
Yeah, man.
he
Yep.
breaks that mold of singer rapper because like
Yeah, man.
this nigga will be singing and dropping mad fucking bars the whole song.
Right.
So
Right.
and that's definitely where I feel the walls are coming down. So I
Yep.
guess I would say, how do you feel about like the old and you know going along with this theme? How do you feel about like
Mhm.
a lot of the older hip hop and rap fans and like some of the newer cats now that like don't consider like the melodic rap like that's not rap, that's singing? How do like what's your
Yeah.
opinion on that?
So I think that probably because part of me agrees with where they're coming from. I think that there's some people that don't do it as well. I think my biggest thing is that like if you're if nothing else, I want a message from you. I want to leave with something I didn't have before I listened to your song. You know what I'm saying? So if that means you're rapping, if that means you're singing, if you're doing both, you know what I'm saying? Like that means more to me than if you're rapping or singing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's kind of a hard question because it'll vary on who it is. Like I'm not gonna listen to Lil Pump because you know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm not going to get nothing from that. If I am, it's gonna be in the background and I'm probably gonna be at some other party and somebody else is playing it. You know what I
Facts.
mean?
Yeah.
But my thing is that if I can get some gems from that, then I'll definitely put it on. So I
And
think
that
it's hard for me to kind of weigh in on the older generation type thing because I get where they're coming from. Because some of the newer artists, I'm not even a fan of. So
I feel
you
you. I
know what
feel
I
you.
mean?
But I think,
Yeah.
see, for me though, it's like, so back, like, ask me like 5 years ago, I would have like agreed with them kind of, but like my
Right.
music palette has like, because I listen to I listen to rock, I listen to metal, I listen to pop,
Yeah.
like I'll listen to fucking polka if that shit slap. Like I listen to fucking, I
Right.
listen to
Yeah.
anything. So it's like when I see what's going on in hip hop now and R&B as well, in some ways, I see like hip hop and R&B going through like kind of like when rock was going through his grunge phase. Like, and
Mm,
you had all these different artists trying this weird shit. Like you had Nirvana
right.
sitting here singing about rape me and shit and like doing all this wild shit back in the day. Like, so
Yeah.
so so
Yeah.
that's why I feel like rap is starting to become such a very broad thing. You feel me? Like it's starting to, like, in some
Right.
ways, as it, moves more into being like what it is already, but more into like the overall central genre of the world. Like it's like I feel like you're
Mm,
going to hear, different flavors and takes on it. So that's why I try not to like go
right.
too hard on the newer artists. And the lesser I've been going hard
Yeah.
on them, to realize I really fuck with their music like a lot.
Right. Right.
Um, so it's like, sorry, I definitely feel your POV on that. So
Yeah.
I guess the next couple of questions I'll ask will be in reference to like, so what's your like ultimate goal in music? Like obviously, I guess I'm not trying to get too far into your business or anything like that, but are you
Mhm.
looking to like get a deal? Are you looking to do an indie? Like what is your ultimate goal in the business?
Yeah. I mean, I would love to. I mean, I definitely want to do more live performances. You know what I'm saying? Get out there and like that's how you really connect and create that fan base.
Mhm.
But my thing is like I'm not really trying to put too much pressure on it because like I mean I could say one thing now and then like if something else makes sense in the future, I could end up doing something else because I've learned, But at this point, I would love to be able to build a great team around me, um, like a bigger team, and just being like, yo, I need you to help me with this area, promo that way. Like I'm not doing almost everything myself like I'm doing now. Um, but I definitely want to build a team and then kind of go from there, whether that's staying a team and then going fully indie, or maybe if I find the right deal, then maybe just go that route. So
I feel that. Because
yeah.
it's like that's one of the things I see happen to like a lot of artists. Like in my opinion, I feel like,
Mhm.
and I'm not one of those like people that are like, oh, you're not like underground no more, so I don't fuck with you. I'm not one of those fans. I just feel like
Right, right, right.
I feel like the industry ruins a lot of artists. Like it's like to me
Yeah,
when Chance
right.
went more like industry, it ruined him in
Exactly.
my
Yep.
opinion. Like
Yeah.
ruined his music for me. So it was like,
Yeah, because now he's known like he was known as like a legend from acid rap, and then
bro,
like now he's known as I Love My Wife. You know what I'm saying?
like I was talking about that shit. Like this nigga too happy for me, bro. Like he's too
Yeah,
fucking happy.
man.
Like get kicked in the
Yeah,
knee. This nigga be like, oh
it
well, at
sounds
least
like I'm like in an elementary class and they can only play clean music,
bro,
and that's what they're playing him.
exactly.
It's
And it's
crazy,
like
bro.
I'm looking for like because for me I like darker themed music. Like a lot of like the music I
Mhm.
listen to is like darker themed and everything, so that's why like I was
Right.
surprised that I liked your project as much as I did, because I was like, damn, this
Mhm.
shit happy as fuck. But then like again, like I said, the themes you were talking about in there were very,
Yeah.
in some instances, dark, but like I said, that maturity behind you were talking about it in like
Right.
a background sense of learning. But like I
Right.
also recognize though that's where like music is trending now to this like dark, moody, depressive shit. And people
Mhm.
have multiple theories for why that's going on and everything. I just think it's a product
Yeah.
of, yeah, it's a product of of reflection of where just society is now. Because I feel like that's what art is. It's mirroring,
Right.
where society is. So
Oh
like
yeah,
you had
I
like the
agree.
bigs and the pox and everybody talking about dealing drugs because that's what they
Mhm.
was doing back then. But now
Right.
all the kids like
Right.
it's taking them because of
Right.
whatever's going on in their lives. So like, how do
Yeah,
you?
man.
I guess how do you resist and not necessarily resist, but like what is your like red line, I guess, with like that, with following like, I guess clout chaser would be the thing, talking about the shit everybody, because that's what I liked about your project. You sounded different than other niggas, doing music. Everybody's saying the same shit. So like,
Right.
what stops you from falling in those pit holes that sounded like every other, or pitfalls that sounded like every other nigga?
Well, that honestly, that's an easy question because I can only tell you what I've been through,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to tell you anything else. So anything that you've heard from me, I've either been through or I've experienced it close enough through somebody near me. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people want to talk about what everybody else is talking about because that's the cool thing to do. But like that's cool and all. Like if you want to do that, like that's great. But for me, like I can't do that. Like I have to do what I've already been through because that's the only way I'm going to be able to get that reaction from you or be able to connect to you is if I talk about like some real stuff that mostly most people have already been through, and relationships is a great way because it's something that is very close to everyone's heart,
Mhm.
and you know what I mean, and a lot of people have already been through it, and once you start talking about that, that's an easy like plane to connect on. So I think that once you start talking about things you don't know about, it's very obvious. Like it's like okay, we know you're not doing that, and then
And
you have to live up to that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and even
So
when you talking about shit that you can relate to, like a lot of artists and rappers and shit like that, like talk about money and shit like that because they got money. I'm like,
right,
and like I'm not trying to get too political here, but like, bro, do you like not know that like we're going through an economic crisis in the country and y'all niggas still
yeah,
rapping about
right,
being this
yeah.
rich? Like,
We're not
bro,
relating right now.
yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I don't know how
No,
many times I can hear this nigga like Meek or Jay-Z
yeah,
or
man,
somebody talk about the racks and all this.
right.
So it's like, it's definitely like, very dope to hear that. Like that was honestly one of the downsides that I had about Cole's project was that like for
Mm,
me, and by the way, I guess we could talk about that too. Like for me, I love the project.
yeah,
That is Demo as a huge J. Cole's my favorite
right,
rapper ever, ever. So it was like I
yeah,
feel like I'm a Cole fan that
damn.
can say this. I haven't felt a fully satisfying project from J. Cole since Born Center. Every single project since Born Center, I've always been like,
Oh, since Born Center.
I want more. Forest Hills
Dang.
Drive, For Your Eyes Only, KOD.
What?
But bro,
All
whatever.
right, so my last one was Forest Hills Drive.
Okay.
So because I felt like that had everything that I needed and everything that I expected from J. Cole. I think that like it checked all the boxes and then some. But after that, then I'm with you. I'm just like I feel like I haven't been fully, like fulfilled with his projects. And while like this last one was cool, but it wasn't exactly what I expected. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not running to run it back. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'll be like, okay, whenever like I'm looking for, throwback to put on, I'll put that on. But it wasn't
Okay.
what I expected.
I
So
feel you. I feel you.
yeah.
Yeah, because that joint, like,
Still
even
had
from
them
like
bars though.
facts, the first record, he got me when like as soon as I heard Cameron on there, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit. All right. And then like
Yeah.
the bars on there, bro. Like it was just like he sounded hungry.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in my opinion, we've been getting milk
Hmm.
toast Cole a lot. We've been getting like fucking warm milk and
Right.
cookies, J. Cole, like put me to sleep.
Yup.
Like, all right, I get you
Yeah,
woke,
he
bro. But like,
came he
can I hear some
came
shit
ready
done?
on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
But I was excited for it. And I knew he was gonna come with something because I fucked with the
Hmm.
Dreamville shit. So I guess it doesn't
Right.
count
Oh
as like
yeah, yeah.
his album, but his verses on that shit was like, damn. And it was like experimenting, hearing him with different artists. That's one of the things I never
Yeah.
necessarily liked about him. He was like, oh, I don't like having niggas on my project. Why would I have somebody like that? I'm like, bro, the whole point of music is to experiment with shit. Like the reason why
Yeah.
we love Kanye so much is because he be experimenting with shit and creating new things
Right.
within so I was like, that was one of the things I felt always held him back as an artist. But I guess like who are artists you're listening to now? Like artists that you fuck
Yeah.
with heavy.
I think well, just to piggyback off of what you were talking about, I understand why. I think I understand why J. Cole was the way he was, but
Mhm.
I'm glad that he came back around because like you could hear it like tonally, like he definitely was hungry for this joint. He said, "Yo, I'm ready and I'm coming for it." But artists that I've been listening to and that I kind of look at for like inspiration or whatever is obviously Chris Brown for sure. Like that's I've been watching him since like he was on the come up, you know what I mean? But I watched Tory Lanez. His honestly, his mindset is crazy, bro. Like people don't give him enough credit. That man is smart and he knows exactly what he's doing.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was over for him. I thought it was over for him, bro.
Yeah,
with
listen,
that Meg Stallion
I
shit.
didn't.
I thought it was over.
Bro. I knew he would come back. He would come back regardless, and I think that there's still some more stuff to come out, but we're all gonna wait and see. But
how the fuck you get shot in your foot and you twerking a week later on Instagram? What the fuck?
Listen, there's too many. There's too many. You know what I'm saying, paradoxes to even dive in right now.
Exactly.
But, yeah, bro. Vocally, Justin Bieber, like he goes crazy, and his work ethic is nice. I know he's been through his little, you know what I'm saying, his little tips too. But
I like to say nice. Justin Bieber is the reincarnation of white Jesus. That's a joke I'll be making. That nigga that did some wild shit in his life, got saved by God, and came back and made a song called Yummy, and everybody loved that shit. I never heard of some shit like that, bro.
Wild, right? Yeah, that's crazy how it works.
But a lot of his music lately, like for me, I don't listen to a lot of like the mainstream shit. Honestly, I've been listening to like a lot of like older like rock music, so I even haven't really been paying attention to hip hop outside of like obviously Cole dropping and shit like that. But like a lot of Justin Bieber's newer songs, I've actually been like aside from the Yummy song, but I've been fucking with a lot of the newer stuff he's been doing, the features. Like I know a lot of people don't necessarily like people like I guess like pop stars in hip hop and shit like that, because we've been in hip hop we've been burned by people like Miley Cyrus and whatever it is. But like I like seeing him like with like Chance. Like I like that one song him, Chance, and Quavo did. It was more like a poppy song, but I like that shit.
Yeah, I can't remember off top right now.
Yeah, I like that joint, and I one of the standouts, I know this was like 5 years ago at this point, but that Juke Jam shit on Chance's project, that was like
man, yo, that is my
bro, that's my shit, bro. I'm like,
literally, I still go back and run that one back, bro. That was fire.
Because I wasn't fucking with Coloring Books when it came out. Now like a couple songs in there, but I remember I was
listening to it heavy.
No, I was shitting on it, bro. I was one of those people. I was shitting on that album hard. And my homie was like, bro, just listen to this one song. I was like, all right, who's on it? He said Justin Bieber. I was like, nigga, I'm not listening to that shit.
Right.
You already trying to play me some shit I already said I don't like. And now you're gonna play it with an artist at that time I definitely did not fuck with. I'm like, I want to hear that shit.
Funny,
and he played that shit. I was like, all right, that's kind of hot.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, because sometimes the song, like just the vibe of it and everything, be like, all right, man, I think I can rock with this one. So that's funny.
So like, I guess, so I saw that video you put out on social media where you were like you like actually made a song in real time. Like, was that inspired by Tory, by the way, too?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. That, and also I've been trying to like learn how to do that. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until I learned how to do the live stream that I was like, oh, this is easy now. Like I can do it. But once I put all the pieces of the puzzle together for the live stream, like that was a no-brainer. I was just like, all right, well, now I can have people kind of like join in if they want, and just kind of be like on a more personal level. Because like I really want to get to the point where like, yo, people are joining in and like giving me lines, and like, you know what I'm saying, we make a song together. And you know what I'm saying, like at the end of it all, you know what I mean, this is a song that the whole community put together. You know what I'm saying? It's not just me at that point. So I think that's dope.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, it's like one of the questions I think I said it. I don't know if I edited it out during the reaction, but like, did you do any of the production on your own? Like in terms of like the instruments, like do you play an instrument or anything like that?
So I don't play any instruments, but I did do Small World. I made that beat, and then I had help from my engineer. He beefed up the bass and like the 808s and stuff like that. And he did the guitar, like the country guitar,
Yeah.
in the second verse. Yo, it was so funny because I was like, yo, matter of fact, the original beat that I had bought, it got sold from under me. So I had already done all the like everything of the song to that first beat, and I went to go buy it, and it was gone. Like it was nowhere to be found. So
Damn, I definitely know that. No, I know that feeling, man.
yeah,
I'm
so
working
I
on
was
my
like,
EP
all
right
right,
now.
well,
I just had a beat sold for me
yeah,
too. I'm pissed. I was
right,
pissed.
yeah, it sucks. But I was like, all right, well, I know exactly like the BPM that I want, and I know, kind of like the rhythm that I want. So I was like, I'm about to just take this into my own hands. So I started, like, I made it and everything. Matter of fact, I was in Pittsburgh at my grandmother's house. I was in her basement, just like secluded from everybody, and like I was just making that joint. I was like, all right, this will work. This will work. And it wasn't until I started working with my engineer some more. He was like, I was like, yo, can you help me like with this one part? I just want to get like this country guitar, because that was the only part I couldn't do because I can't play the guitar.
Got you. Got
Um,
you.
and he was like, yo, I don't do country. I was like, he's like, but I could try. I was like, yo, if you could try, I would appreciate it.
I listen to country too,
And
but yeah.
so, mind you, he lives in Morocco. Shout out to AR Beats, man. That's my
Oh
guy.
shit.
Yeah, he lives in Morocco. So the only time we could really talk was like we would make our appointments on like Saturday morning. Well, my Saturday morning, but there it was like midday or like 5 o'clock or whatever. So he did the guitar part like live there with me there on FaceTime. And I thought that was the coolest thing, just to like kind of see it go down right there, because I was able to tell him like, all right, maybe like this part here instead, or whatever. But he
I think
shot
that's good with
himself.
COVID. That's gonna be the future, bro. Like,
Yeah, man.
I was watching their fucking, what is the one band? Not Pearl Jam, the other band.
I love Frozen.
Yeah, it's the other band, Pink Floyd, or is it Pink Floyd?
Okay, yeah.
Roger Waters, is that his band, Pink Floyd? I'm pretty sure it's Pink Floyd.
I couldn't tell you.
Well, they did like this live concert thing. I'm like, bro, somebody's going to be a millionaire or a billionaire making some
Yeah,
type of
man.
tech to where like an engineer can like literally produce different people's audios from
Mhm.
their different computers, like some type of like software, some shit. I'm like, because that shit, like, that's going to be the fucking future, especially like
Yeah,
on
well,
like seeing
there's
what happened with
already
COVID.
software like that.
Really?
Matter of fact, yeah, I can't remember what it's called off top, but I know that you can also do that with Garage. I mean, not Garage, man, Logic too.
Oh
Logic,
shit.
and I'm pretty sure Pro Tools. You can work on a project like simultaneously, just by logging in and connecting and everything. But yeah, man. This, if the future is here, it's just that like if you're tapped in, you know about it. But like if not, like once you figure it out, you're just like, yo, this is nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And it's like, especially like with me, like I came from like, the fucking Mixcraft days with Millie and shit. Like, and I stepped away from music.
Bruh, what?
Yeah, I'm just now getting back into music. So it's like hearing about all the different technology and shit. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
so
man.
Mixcraft wasn't like the thing, because that was what, like I said, that's what I always recorded on
Bruh.
with Millie and
Yo,
everything. But
I haven't been on Mixcraft since like, bruh, it was probably like not maybe like eight or ninth grade, something like that. I
yeah,
know it was early, you know what I'm saying? Because that was back then. I didn't have a Mac, so I was like, bro, I can't even use GarageBand right now. And so that
oh, so
was
you
the
use
only free
GarageBand,
music. Yeah. Oh no, I use Logic now.
Logic. Okay,
But yeah, because at that time, GarageBand was like, if you didn't have that, you had to use Mixcraft, because Audacity was too shitty. You couldn't
yeah,
really do anything
yeah.
good with that. And then Mixcraft was like, everything had all the effects and everything.
I tried doing a podcast with
Um,
Audacity. I was like, man, fuck this shit.
Bruh, nah, it's not the same at all. But yeah, man.
Shit, bro. So I guess I'm trying to think, because like one of the things I definitely was excited about hearing, because like like I said, I've been getting excited about your music recently, because I heard the joint that's one of my on repeat joints, the joint you did with Millie on his project. The fuck is that song called?
Oh yeah, man.
My hot shit.
Yeah.
And then like, no, I'm like,
Oh
bro,
yeah. Dang, why am I forgetting now?
It's on Billionberry too. It's on Billionberry
Yes.
too. I was on that joint twice. I was kind of hyped seeing my name in there. I was like, oh shit.
That is it's a good feeling, ain't it, bro?
It
Like
is,
see
bro. It
your shit on
is.
there.
Especially because I don't like, for me, I'm lazy as shit. I'm just going to admit that. So I'm like, I don't be putting out music like that. I'm the type, I'm literally like a Nas type. It takes me like 5 days to write a song. Cause it's like, I sit there and I'm writing and I'm like, I don't like that, this and that. And then I'll end up like by the 5th day, like hodging together like a whole, like I done wrote like 5 pages of lyrics and shit and like taking the best lines and put it together. But
I think that's like, that makes you unique in that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that sometimes when we get like, when we just put just random shit out, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not, I don't know, it's not really like what you might want to say or like in the way you want to say it. You know what I mean? So sometimes there's some songs that I'm just like, yo, I literally did this whole song in a day. But there's also songs where I'm just like, I really want to take my time with this and then make sure everything is like, you know, articulated the way I want it to be. I'm trying to look up this song because
let me find
I was trying. No restrictions. That's
no restrictions. Yes, that joint.
Bro, when you put that snippet in there, I was jamming out. I forgot. I forgot I even did that song. I was like, "Hey, yo, I forgot all about."
And I fuck with the joint with you, him, and Spade on it too. I think it was called "My Love" or something like that.
Yo, man, I'm not gonna lie. I love that one. There's only one thing I do have to say about that. So my verse is like, it's off a bar or two. And so like it was supposed to come in a little bit earlier, but it was so funny because I told Millie about it, and he was like, "Yo, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Yeah, no, it's all good. I just wanted to like at least let you know, whatever." But he's like, "Yo, my bad." And then he showed me, I think it was maybe like a month or two ago. He was just like, "Yo, this don't do it numbers, bro." I was like, "Hey, as long as the people love it."
Exactly, bro.
Man.
Like. I fucked with that project from him too. I wish I was doing the reactions at that time because like he's another one that's been growing musically too. Like the last couple of Jones he's been putting out. Like I'm like, damn shit.
Yeah, because I know like as of recently he been focused on like he wants to do more visuals and stuff like that. And like I'm like, bro, do it. And so I know he had I can't remember how to say her name. I think it's like a Carries or something like that. She's a videographer.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she's out in Florida now, but she be traveling to shoot. So I think that's dope.
See that, and that's what I want that's what my projects are going to be like geared towards a lot. Like, so I'm like, I think I said this earlier. I'm heavy into like movies and comic books and shit. So it's like, I kind of like wrote out this like story like about like kind of like the dichotomy between like lightness and darkness, like through the backdrop of like my nerdiness and love for Star Wars and shit like that. Like my name comes from a Star Wars character, Bendu does. So, but yeah, like I want a lot of my shit to be like very like video driven and shit like that. Like starting out, I'm just gonna be putting out music, but like with this EP, I want to shoot a couple videos because it's like it's gonna be a story that I'm telling, a through story throughout my whole like whatever music I put out is gonna be like part of this like overarching like Avengers type story where it's like, oh, there's tie-ins and shit like that. Yeah, because I'm trying to bring like this like story element to it, kind of like a Telltale type of series and game and shit like that, and everything to where it's interactive for the audience too. So like, because one of the things I realized was that like the reason why I lost passion for music, you know, was because I gained passions for like film and shit like that. Like my passions were in like film than music, but what got me back into music was Hans Zimmer. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's a famous film composer. He did the score for like Pirates of the Caribbean, the Dark Knight trilogy, like, and like he did the score for Inception. And when I listened to that, like literally I was in tears in that joint. That's one of my favorite. Like I listen to film scores like how I listen to hip hop. Like I have like people be like, I'll be in the whip bumping, like, I'll be in the whip bumping scores. Like I've literally had homies like, nigga, what the fuck are you listening to, bro? but I love that type of music. Like I listen to like classical music, like Beethoven and shit like that. Like I love that shit. Orchestra music, I love that shit. But Like, I'm like, how can I bridge that gap between my passion for film, my passion for
Right.
music? Because like music, I can't let it go. It's something I can never let go. And like I
Yeah.
think I kind of found it with this John. So definitely
Yep.
hearing you talk about earlier, I guess like the whole like I guess and we had this conversation earlier about bringing back actual like music videos, not just like
Yeah,
niggas
man.
flexing with money and videos and shit. Da da
Right.
da.
Right.
Like I like what are like some I guess conceptual ideas you've had in mind? Because I've definitely like, no, you should let me direct one of your videos, bro. I'm basically just making it
Yo,
official. Let me direct one of
yo,
your videos.
I'm all for it, bro. I am all for it. So I got a couple things for you. So I worked with Third Eye Visions. He's in Delaware, and he's a great videographer because he's not just a videographer. He matter of fact he shot Uber Pool. And so when I in my mind, like at first I was just like, all right, well, I know I want like to get some car shots, maybe like us walking or like whatever. And he came here and he was just like, all right, so like you give me like a basic idea like what you wanted and everything. And he was like, but where y'all going? Like, what are y'all doing to get ready? You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, like I didn't really think about that. I was like, that'd be great for like the storyline aspect of things, you know what I'm saying? And like that right there is like I give him full credit for that because I wasn't even thinking that far because I was just thinking about, the song and like exactly what it entailed, you know what I mean? But like he definitely was just like, yo, we're gonna make this whole story rather than, oh, y'all just ended up in the car, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like he definitely put that together. So if you're ever looking for, a photographer, I definitely shout out Third Eye Vision because he's dope. And the second thing I wanted to bring up was if you get time, bro, listen to actually watch Chris Brown's royalty video, like his
Uh-huh.
royalty album, bro. Watch all the videos together. It's a movie. It's
Really?
a movie, bro. And I feel like nobody else knows that, but like I'm like a Chris Brown nerd, like ever since I was like a kid. So but yeah, like I watched all the videos together. I'm like, bro,
I say this
they
all the time,
literally
bro.
they
And
link.
I catch shit for it all the time. He's the fucking Michael Jackson of our time. I don't care. I say that
Bro,
shit.
he is. Bro, he is. Nah, he is. I second you on that. So you're not
I say
alone,
this shit
bro.
all the time. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
like
man.
there's nobody, and I said, look, and I'll definitely catch heat for this. He's the most talented. He's more talented than Beyonce.
Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
you can fucking name. Like this
Listen,
I heard
man.
he be doing like hours and hours and hours of performances on stage. Like he got the music
Bruh.
to the only artist I
Listen.
think has like close to the catalog that he of hits that he has is maybe like a Jay-Z or like Drake, something like that. It's not that many
Yeah. But
people out
even
there that
then,
have his
it's not
catalog
the same, it's not the same bracket. You know what I mean? Like in
because they
in
just two niggas standing on stage rapping. This nigga dancing,
right.
singing, all this shit.
Yeah. Drake might hit you with one of these,
What
but
I did, yeah, he
that's
be doing
about
that.
yeah, that's
Yo,
about
by
it.
the way, and I don't mean no derogatory statements. Like I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna try not to get you canceled. Can we admit Drake dances like a whole Jew, bro? He dances like his fucking faith.
Bruh. This man, I've never seen that happen. So I'm not exactly sure, but I know that he does not dance like he knows what he's doing. So I'll say that much. Yeah. He looks like he's really trying, but it's just not exactly there.
It's not clicking exactly, but then it's like because he's
Nah.
Drake. Drake has the superpower of making the corniest shit
Right.
cool. It's so
Right.
weird, bro. It's so fucking
Yo.
weird.
It is weird when you think about it because it's just like, yo, if the next man just did that, we all be like, yo, what are you doing? Like you're
Like if Meek
corny,
did that
bro.
shit, we clowning him for like 2 months.
Yo, Meek, this man can't catch a break, dog.
What is it? So like
Whenever,
literally, like I remember the like because like I said, I don't follow like the music news and trends like that and
yeah,
everything, but what's going on with him now? Because last thing I heard, everybody was on his dick because he just got out of jail and everything. By the way, I said that was the best thing that could have ever happened to his career. I'm not happy he went to jail,
yeah,
but that did wonders for his
right.
fucking career. So it was like, all right, so we're on fuck me. Like I know he got into like a little argument with 6ix9ine. I thought it was stupid. I'm like, why the fuck are you arguing with 6ix9ine of
Yeah,
all people? Like, why are you?
that was
But like,
stupid.
so what's the thing with him now? Like, what's wrong with him now?
Honestly, the 6ix9ine thing was the last thing I heard, but yeah, I mean, I know he just dropped a new video for like a new song, but other than that, I don't know anything going on right now.
Yeah, I know he did a
That's
lemon
funny.
pepper freestyle. Like mine's was still better, but that was dope. His was dope too.
Little plug, little plug.
Little plug. I got to, man. I got
Got to.
to.
It's only right.
But yeah, man, like that's honestly one of the things that I kind of like. I'm kind of like trying to shift the narrative with this channel. Like honestly, I'm gonna be talking about a lot of local artists. Like, I'm gonna try like another artist I've literally been fucking with a lot. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this on the show because like I've known him for a while. I don't know if you know who Losana is.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I did not like his music when he first started doing music. He is somebody that has grown, like
Yeah.
literally. Every time he drops a song, I'm bumping that shit. I'm going to do a reaction to whatever new songs he drops. But like I tell
Yeah,
people
for
this shit,
sure, bro.
him, that whole clique, him, Haikil,
Right.
fucking
Hakil. Yep.
even fucking Sambo. I'm like, hold up, this nigga Sambo
Yeah,
do music now.
bruh. Yo, I know, right? Yo, you know what Sambo needs to do? He needs to do something over him playing a piano. That man can play the piano,
Oh, he
bro.
could play the
He's
piano.
nice with it. Yeah, he's
Okay, I
nice.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So yeah, for sure. But yo, nah, honestly, I feel the same way, bro. Like I love seeing that come from, same town we're from. You know what I'm saying? I like to see everybody growing, but I feel like you gotta grow. Like what I mean, you gotta start somewhere, and then growth is like that's the only thing you can do if you really love it. You know what I mean? So that's dope. And I'm yo, salute to all of them because I want to see them flourish as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We all doing our thing and I think too many people, especially like with the whole Delaware thing, the crab in a barrel mentality is crazy. You know what I mean?
bro.
So
You know what's
like
crazy?
I go ahead.
Everybody like, and I like everybody says that, and it sucks because like
Yeah,
I was in music and shit. Like I came up around like Jakai, Karan, kind of
right.
Vincent, and Millie. That was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the whole like I think like what we call Snapfest crowd and shit like
Right.
that.
Yep. I
Yeah,
remember. I
yeah.
remember.
So it was like I always heard them talk about it, but I never saw it because like I said, I never took the music seriously like they did, like
Hmm.
in terms of like consistently dropping, going to events and shit like that. But like
Yeah.
I've always noticed and recognized, yo, Delaware is talented as fuck. Why? Like, in
Yeah, it
my opinion,
really is.
I say this all the time. I feel like Delaware has the potential to be one of those next big hubs for hip hop.
Oh yeah.
But it's like
Yeah,
for
man.
whatever reason, and now like I hear people talk about it more and more, and I've
Hmm.
actually seen it in some instances. That crab in the barrel mentality is fucking ridiculous. I'm like,
Yeah, man.
yo,
It's toxic.
like what the
It
fuck?
really is.
I started going to events with like I went to a couple of spades events and everything like a couple of years
Yeah.
ago, and
Hmm.
the whole like it's all rappers in there. First things first, it's all rappers in there,
Right.
and every rapper just sitting there like looking like M on 8 Mile or some shit. Like, oh, I'm gonna go on stage and rip this nigga. I'm like, bro, you got to make it fun. That's gonna make
Yeah, man. Yep.
make more people want to come and just come as like a concert type of feel.
Right.
And then
Right.
two on top of that, it's like I'm not looking to compete with niggas, honestly. For real, for real. I'm looking
Yeah,
to do
yo,
art.
honestly, yo, you can get so wrapped up in that, and then you take away from what you're building because you're so focused on this next man. It's like,
Exactly.
yo, like everything that you're building and that you hate this man for, it's gonna become part of your work and it's gonna show and it's gonna be ugly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man, that when you focus on hate is such like this nasty thing that will just find its way in and just be ugly, man.
Eat
It's
you alive, man.
some people allow themselves to succumb to it. Not me, bro. I got other things to worry about.
Exactly. And that's where it's
Yeah,
like, God damn, man. Delaware is like, it's straight up like just across the board talent everywhere. Like, we got
yeah.
videographers here. Like, it's even been a
Listen,
couple of people that broke through. Like the one I remember finally was Sap. He was one of the like people that broke through beginning.
okay,
Now
yeah.
I'm hearing about Quaddy Diesel or whatever. I never heard his music, but I've been hearing about him. And
Yeah, I
then
haven't heard.
it's another guy. It's another guy. He's like a videographer. What the fuck is it? Or he's an editor. Philosophy. I remember him. Philosophy. Like
Okay,
it was
got you.
so much fucking talent in Delaware. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what the fuck is going on? Like, so
yeah, man. And that's the thing is like, but I feel like if nothing else, like we should be taking advantage of that. That's why like every I mean, besides my engineer, like everybody else that I use like was local. You know what I mean? Like I didn't go too far, otherwise. But I was just like, yo, I'd rather help the next man. That's why even like when I do like anybody that has, helped me in any way, like I give them credit where it's due, because I think that's only fair, and not to mention like that way they can get some more work, So I feel you on that, man.
So I guess to close everything out, I kind of want to like get into this. Like, what are some things, like for me, like I said, outside of music, I'm in the film. I also, like I said, I do a politics channel. If you guys are into that, go to American Autopsy. But had to plug myself, my fault.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm also heavy into writing and everything like that. Like, so what are some like other things outside of music that you do? Like, is like photography as well for me too. So like, what are some outside things that you like really fuck with doing outside of music?
Yeah, well, I just this year I got into photography. So on my official page, like you can see that, like you can see where I got into photography, because it's literally like two different qualities of things going on. But nah, man, I love photography. Like I've gotten into, like, just learning about the ISO, you know what I'm saying, the aperture, shutter speed, all that, and like composition, even the editing portion of it. But I love photography. What else? What else do I do? I have a clothing brand, which, I'm going to shamelessly plug it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Mayday. I've had that. I've had that since like 2013. But I'm in the works of revamping it. I want to go in a certain direction with it. But other than that, what else do I do?
So you like overall, like just in the fashion period, like overall?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love fashion. And like I got some of my boys, like we'll have a whole like 2-hour conversation just about fashion, whether it's like stitching or like whatever, you know what I mean? Just like the details of it. But I love that for sure.
See, I've been like I guess a sleeper guy into fashion. Cause like, all right, so this is gonna sound fucking weird, but like I love the fucking Daniel Craig Bond films. And the reason why I love those films so much is because Jesus fucking Christ, that man knows how to dress, man.
Yo, he do be clean.
Oh my God. Cause
I
like the like kind of, I guess, the prep boy fashion, but it's like I don't like wearing that shit. I do like wearing it. It's just that like I'm a big ass nigga, so it's hard for me to find that shit. But like it's always been hard for me to get into fashion because because of like my size and everything. But also like I'm just one of them niggas. I'm like, all right, I'm just about to throw on a hoodie and like a pair of jeans and like busted ass sneakers.
I think that like for real, it's really one of those things where like if you care about it, you care about it. If not, then like it is what it is. It's kind of like almost like the sneaker game, you know what I'm saying? Like I could care less about like the whole flipping, I'm not a shoe head at all, like but I'll care about how I put my outfit together, because for real, if nothing else, I don't do it for nobody else. I do it because like when I'm going out, like I feel good. When you feel good, you perform good. You know what I'm saying? So like if nothing else, like I want to make sure I'm comfortable and that I look presentable no matter like what occasion comes up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always, even when it's funny because when me and my girl, we go somewhere or whatever, like I'm packing more clothes than she is. Like it's crazy, bro. But I remember.
See, I get in trouble because I pack books. I got to take my books everywhere I go. I don't fucking know why.
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that, yo.
Because I love fucking.
She clowned me the first time we went away somewhere, and she was just like, "Hey, you got 2 bags?" I said, "Yeah, you never know."
He said, he said, I got to fit for Monday. I got to fit for Monday if it's raining. I got to fit for Monday if it's light outside.
Exactly. Listen, man, you got to be prepared for anything. So I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, that photography shit, man. I've really been digging it. Like I'm I don't know. Do you know Matt Nelson?
Yeah. I reached out to him too. I literally reached out to him and I was just like, yo, bro, I love what you're doing and I love the growth that I'm seeing. Like I made sure to reach out to him personally and like let him know that, because I feel like, especially like as Black men, we don't really like, you know what I'm saying? We don't always get that recognition when we're working hard. Like we working overtime just to get this final product, you know what I mean? And I make sure to reach out and make sure like, yo, bro, you doing great, bro, keep it up, type thing.
Yeah, he was the one that like got me into photography and shit. And we did like this DC. Yeah, we did this DC trip because my mom lives in DC. That's actually where I'm at right now.
Okay.
But my mom lives in DC. and we did this DC trip, and man, it was like, it wasn't even the process of taking the pictures that I enjoyed. It's about just like letting the shot, because I'm one of those super like artsy fartsy people. Even I didn't realize I was till I was older and shit like that. But like I literally, when I take a picture, I'm letting the environment, like, I guess, steer me to where the picture is and shit like that. Like, what do I want to take? And it was like, that's one of the things he kind of taught me, like, yo, it'll speak to you. So like just that art of photography and shit like that. Like I definitely want to learn more about it. It's kind of on the back burner for me right now because I got like 5 other things I'm doing. But photography is definitely one of those like fun fucking things, man. Like when I did it, I was like, oh man, shit. Like, and I love doing urban scenery, like cities and shit. I think that's what I would want my thing to be in photography.
Yeah, I think that's really like the magic of it. Just being able to take something that's not real life, like you're taking a picture that's like, when you show it to somebody, it's just picture, you know what I'm saying? But you want to capture as much of the essence of what's actually going on in that picture, you know, it like in that moment, you know what I mean? So that way you can share, it's not just a picture, you're sharing a whole moment with somebody. And I think that's really like the magic of it. But yeah, there's pictures like the ones that I posted, people can't believe that I'm literally in my living room with a backdrop in a you know what I'm saying, like just a backdrop stand or whatever. And I
so all those pictures I've been seeing is you?
Lighting, bro. Yeah, man. And I literally set it up on a tripod, and I clicked the button, and then that's it, bro. So
damn, I thought you like, I got somebody to do that shit there. I'm like, damn.
Oh nah, man. Matter of fact, I've been sleeping on it since I've been kind of working on like promo for the album. But I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more creative with it too.
Okay.
So yeah, man, definitely look out for that.
Yeah, I think my next like photography stint is probably gonna be DC again, because I'm gonna be going to a protest soon. So I'm probably gonna do like photography about that, because I kind of want to make like a photo album, like, because this is like my first protest I've ever been to. I've never been to like any form of protest or anything like that. So it's gonna be,
do that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if you're out there with your camera, bro, like you're gonna get a lot of good stuff, because it's really, those are actually easy because there's so much emotion in the air that like all you can capture is a moment. You know what I'm saying? But if you can, I think the hardest thing that you really have to like be so mindful of is like composition, because composition is what even though like even if you catch a moment, like composition is going to make it striking. You know what I mean? Like to have a striking picture is better than just like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like it's something that makes you stop scrolling on Instagram. You're like, dang, like you zoom in, like, yeah. So
I've definitely had those like those type of pictures I've seen online before and shit like that. Like, God, something about this shit. But But yeah, man, like that's definitely something like, and that's like, I'm excited about it because like on the ground, like, so for my political channel, one of the things I'm trying to get into doing is like actual like on the ground investigative type of journalism and shit like that. So like it's definitely, it's gonna be exciting to do that, because it's like,
man,
I try to find a way to incorporate all my passions into like one thing, because like I said, like I've like, one of the reasons why I never was successful in music is because I was trying to do film on top of music, on top of like writing a book. Like I've been writing a book for like the last like 6 years, so it's like, no,
bruh, man. You know what? But if nothing else, that lets me know that you're happy at the end of the day, because you have, because I'm the same way. I got like a whole bunch of different things that fill a different void in me, like that like make me happy or whatever. Like the fact that you're at least making time and not just spending it all in one place and then suffering, you know what I mean, over here. So honestly, listen, don't even feel like you ain't on no time clock or nothing. So keep doing what you're doing for sure.
Yeah, like, and I hear how artists always talk about like, yo, I got like songs. I think Cole was talking about this in that doc he did. He was like, I got songs that I literally like keeping a tuck and it's just for me. I listen to it and shit like that.
Mhm.
Like I'm the same.
Yeah.
I tell Millie this shit all the time, bro. I'm like, dog, I literally have like a whole bunch of like movie scripts, ideas, outlines and shit
That's
like
dope,
that
man.
I've written, bro. And I'm like, oh shit. Like I recently went into my fucking closet where like I have a
Mhm.
trunk full of just composition books filled up with like stories and
Man,
shit that I've
trunk
written.
full.
Trunk full, bro. Like
Sheesh.
whole bunch of fucking composition books, spiral notebooks, like
Yeah,
little ideas I wrote like in class or some shit. Like I've been writing
right.
since like high school, really for real, for real. So
That's wild. Hey, man, listen. I think you should definitely do something with that, man.
I'm trying to
Definitely.
work. I'm working on a project that's like going to involve like a whole bunch of Delaware artists. That's one of the things I'm working on. Like I want it to be
That's fire.
like my first film, but just I kind of like put the film on the back burner because I'm like,
Yeah.
what's something that I can make that's easier for me to do. Like I can do it
Mhm.
consistently with like work and shit like that. And I came down
Right.
with doing the YouTube channels, you know, doing it. I have like
Yeah,
three
man.
channels. I do a film channel,
I got a
this
couple.
channel. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Me and my
it's
boy, we got a reaction channel. It's
oh, y'all
called
do?
Joker Boys.
It's
Yeah.
called Joker Boys.
So yeah, we do. We react mostly to like music.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but we want to do movies too because like the movie game is crazy, man. Especially these days. Like I think it's dope.
And
So
it's like coming from that background, bro. Like there's so much shit. Like I know like my mom and like just regular people and shit like that when I would
yeah,
like when they were watching like the Snyder cut, for example, like the
right.
his cut of Justice League. I'm like, yo, y'all don't understand how like this shit is unheard of in the movie. Like there's never like, oh, they put
Dang.
out this one whole movie and that shit was so
Mm.
trash that they literally had the original director come back and make a whole new fucking movie and release it on and never
That
like and
is
because of
nuts.
COVID, yeah, because of COVID, it never would have fucking happened. Like he literally the
Wow.
director literally shot some of the film in his fucking like backyard with a green screen and shit.
Yo,
Yeah.
hey man, listen, that's what it takes to get it done. Do it, man.
Exactly.
Shoot.
And then like YouTube, you know, there's aspects of YouTube I don't like because I've definitely seen the fucking shitty side of YouTube when it comes to
Yeah.
the
You want to talk about copyright strikes, blocks, bro? Yo, it's
I've
terrible,
literally
bro.
had my I think I had my Isaiah Rashad video taken down. Like honestly, it's been making me
Crazy.
contemplate on doing like professional artists, you know, like fucking shit anymore. Cause I don't care
Yeah,
about the copyright claim. I don't care about not getting paid for it.
right.
Just don't take the fucking video down. They took down my Isaiah Rashad video, they took down my J. Cole
Yeah.
video. I was supposed to do an album reaction for Cole's, but I'm not about to spend like a
Mhm.
whole like day editing this shit and then y'all niggas take it down. Like fuck that.
Yeah, because I'm the same way. Like if I'm gonna edit it, I'm not gonna half-ass it. Like I wanna edit this, you know, so that like it's funny and like you want to watch it. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
so also like a little tip is that you can dispute it as a reaction video,
Okay.
but the only thing about that is that it might take a couple days, like 2 or 3 days, for it to actually drop. And by that time, if it's something trending,
It's
it
already
might
past the
it might
trend.
already
Yeah.
be off of that. Yeah,
And I think I honestly think that's by design, honestly. And that's just
yeah.
my opinion. That's my
Yeah, that's
tinfoil
faulty,
hat
bro.
theory, but
That's messed up.
because them greedy ass labels is like, we don't even want y'all niggas to like get compensated through
Right.
clout. Fuck yo.
Literally, bro. It's like, yo, I'm asking for like the smallest thing here, bro. I'm just doing a
And if you really
reaction.
think about it, I'm doing y'all niggas a favor, dog. I'm promoting your
Yo,
album
but
for free. Like
that's how I think about it, bro. And I'm just like, yo, they don't get it.
facts, man.
Wow, man.
So I guess I'll go ahead and close it out there, man. It's been a pleasure
Yeah,
having you
man.
on 42, bro. I've been definitely, like I
Listen,
said, I wanted to have you
I
on here to talk
appreciate you
about.
having me, bro.
For sure, man, for sure. So go ahead and shout your socials out. Let people know where to find you at.
Yes,
Obviously, shout
sir.
out the album and shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So you can catch me on IG, CeeJayy underscore official, and that's actually my man. And you can go on my bio. All the rest of my links are in there. But go check out the Sincerely album. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You can relate to
Fire.
it, and it's one of them ones where you can just kind of like just chill with your shorty, or just chill by yourself and just kind of do your thing. You know what I
It got a
mean?
beach vibe to it too.
Yo, which is funny because I didn't even create it with that intent, but I appreciate that. And now that I listen to it, I'm just like, He's right. He's
Bro,
definitely
like,
right. Yo.
I could definitely see like, you know, you driving down to the beach and shit, like a couple records on there where it's
Yeah.
like straight up beach playlist, bro.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that for sure.
But yeah, so definitely I already know what it is. Here's 42 Podcast.
Yes, sir.
There's gonna be a Freestyle Friday video next weekend from yours truly. Look out for this podcast. It's gonna be dropping. Y'all gonna be seeing it on Thursday, so definitely look out for that, John, and just stay locked. Thanks for tuning in.
Shoot.
Peace.
All right, peace.